Listen, men, you have to understand something fundamental about human nature, something that has been true since the dawn of civilization. Women are not random in their affections. They don't just fall for you because you're standing there existing. No, their attraction is deeply rooted in biological, psychological, and societal realities. And if you don't grasp these realities, you'll wander through life confused, frustrated, and resentful. A woman falls in love with you for two reasons: your strength and your direction. Let's start with strength, not just physical strength, though that matters too, but psychological resilience, emotional fortitude, and the ability to bear responsibility. A woman needs to see that you can handle pressure, that when life throws chaos your way, you do not crumble. She needs to believe that when she entrusts herself to you, you will not falter at the first sign of hardship. Because remember, throughout history, women had to choose wisely. A weak man meant death. A strong man meant survival. And though we may live in the modern world with technology and comfort, the primal instincts remain the same. Now, the second reason, your direction. If you are aimless, wandering through life without purpose, without a vision, without a mission, you become invisible. Women fall in love with men who are going somewhere, men who have a fire inside them, men who are striving towards something greater than themselves. Because when you have a direction, you offer her something invaluable: security in the future. You see, a woman's love is not just about how you make her feel in the moment. It's about who you are becoming. She doesn't just love you for what you have now. She loves the potential you embody. This is why women are drawn to men who are disciplined, who sacrifice immediate pleasure for long-term goals, who build something of value. Women are not drawn to weakness, nor do they admire passivity. They are wired biologically and psychologically to seek strength in its many forms. This is not a matter of preference. It is a survival instinct embedded deep within the fabric of human nature. A man who is weak, who buckles under pressure, who cannot hold his own against the forces of life, is not someone a woman can trust with her future. And make no mistake, trust is everything. If she cannot trust your ability to stand firm in the face of adversity, her attraction to you will wither like a flower starved of sunlight. A woman's love is not blind. She is constantly evaluating, consciously or unconsciously, whether you are a source of security or a liability. If she detects instability, if she senses uncertainty, if she feels that you are a man who folds under pressure, her instincts will tell her to move on. Because for a woman, love is not simply about emotions. It is about survival, about the assurance that the man she chooses will not collapse when the weight of the world is pressing down. Strength is not just about muscle. It is about presence, about an aura of unwavering competence. It is about standing tall in the midst of chaos, about exuding a sense of unshakable confidence, about commanding respect without demanding it. A man who possesses true strength does not seek validation. He is validated by his own actions, by the way he carries himself, by the way he rises every morning with purpose and determination. A woman will test you. She will push against you, not because she wants to break you, but because she needs to know that you will not break. She will challenge your resolve, not because she enjoys conflict, but because she must be sure that your frame is strong enough to bear the weight of a relationship, a family, a life together. If you crumble at the slightest resistance, if you falter when confronted with difficulty, she will lose respect for you. And once respect is gone, love is not far behind. You must be a fortress, a man who can take the storms of life without seeking shelter in excuses or self-pity. There is nothing attractive about a man who complains, who whines, who blames the world for his shortcomings. Women do not admire victims, they admire victors. A man who refuses to be conquered by his circumstances, who rises even when he has fallen, who does not allow himself to be defined by failure, that is a man who commands devotion. Women can sense strength. It is in the way you speak, in the way you move, in the way you make decisions. If you hesitate, if you second-guess yourself, if you allow doubt to cloud your actions, she will notice. And hesitation is weakness. A man who cannot assert himself, who is unsure of his own choices, who is constantly seeking approval, He is not a man who inspires love. He is a man who repels it. Strength is not arrogance. It is not recklessness. It is not blind aggression. True strength is controlled, disciplined, refined. A man who is truly strong does not need to prove it with unnecessary displays of dominance. He does not need to shout to be heard. His presence alone commands attention. A woman will gravitate toward a man who exudes power, but not the kind of power that is loud and desperate. The power that draws her in is the power of quiet certainty. The power of a man who knows who he is, where he is going, and what he is willing to fight for. If you are emotionally fragile, if you are easily offended, if you crumble under pressure, you will never hold a woman's devotion. Women are drawn to emotional resilience. A man who is reactive, who allows his emotions to control him, who is easily shaken by criticism or setbacks, signals instability. And instability is dangerous. It is unpredictable. It is a red flag that tells a woman, this man is not reliable. This man cannot be trusted with my heart, with my future, with my life. You must be the rock upon which she can lean. This does not mean you suppress emotion. It means you master it. It means you do not let emotions dictate your actions. It means you remain composed in moments of tension, that you do not lash out in anger, that you do not collapse into despair. A man who is grounded, who is stable, who maintains control over himself, he is a man who commands love effortlessly. Weakness repels. It creates doubt. It fosters insecurity. It erodes attraction. A man who is needy, who's desperate for reassurance, who relies on a woman to validate his worth, he is not a man who inspires love. He is a burden. And women do not fall in love with burdens. They fall in love with men who carry their own weight, who do not need to be saved, who do not look to others to fill the void inside them. A strong man is a leader, and leadership is magnetic. Women are drawn to men who take charge, who take responsibility, who are not afraid to step forward and make decisions. Indecision is weakness. A man who is constantly looking to others to tell him what to do, who is paralyzed by the fear of making a mistake, who cannot take action without permission. He is not a man who commands love. He is a man who fades into the background. Strength is demonstrated in your discipline. If you are lazy, if you lack ambition, if you are content with mediocrity, you will not inspire devotion. Women are drawn to men who push themselves, who strive for excellence, who refuse to settle for less than their potential. A man who is disciplined in his body, in his mind, in his actions, he is a man who naturally commands respect. And respect is the foundation of love. Respect is the foundation of love. Your strength must be proven through action. Words are meaningless if they are not backed by results. A woman will not fall in love with promises. She will fall in love with what she sees you accomplish. If you say you will do something, do it. If you set a goal, achieve it. If you claim to be a man of your word, prove it. Every failure to follow through, every instance of empty talk, chips away at the foundation of attraction. Strength is independence. If you are overly reliant on her for your happiness, if you make her the center of your world, if you expect her to be your emotional lifeline, you are setting yourself up for failure. Women do not fall in love with men who need them. They fall in love with men who are whole on their own. A man who has his own mission, his own purpose, his own drive is infinitely more attractive than a man who is lost without her. Women desire men they can admire. If you do not live a life worthy of admiration, you will not inspire love. If you are weak, if you are directionless, if you lack resolve, she may pity you, but she will not desire you. Pity is not love. A woman does not dream of being with a man she has to carry. She dreams of being with a man who carries himself with strength, dignity, and unwavering purpose. If you seek to be loved, do not chase love. Chase strength. Chase competence. Chase mastery over yourself. When you become a man of true power, a man of unshakable character, a man who stands tall regardless of the storms that rage around him, love will not be something you seek. It will be something that seeks you. A man without direction is a man without gravity, floating aimlessly in a world that respects only those who carve their path. A woman cannot anchor herself to a man who drifts, because the moment she does, she too will be lost. She does not love a man simply for existing. She loves him for where he is going, for the force that drives him forward, for the fire in his eyes that refuses to be extinguished by comfort, laziness, or fear. A man with no mission is invisible. She looks at you and asks, even without words, "Where are you going?" If you have no answer, she will feel it in her bones, in the deep part of her mind that warns her against aligning with a man who moves nowhere. You do not need to have everything figured out, but you must have a direction, a hunger, a force of will that separates you from the men who wait, who hope, who stand still while life passes them by. A woman does not love passivity. She does not love hesitation. She does not love a man who waits for life to happen to him. She is drawn to movement, to progress, to the certainty that the man beside her is building something greater than himself. If she senses that your life lacks purpose, if she sees that you wake up without a reason to attack the day, her admiration for you will erode. Love cannot survive without admiration, and admiration cannot exist without purpose. A man's direction is the spine of his existence. Without it, he is spineless. A woman may tolerate a man without direction for a time, but she will never love him with the depth and intensity that she reserves for a man who is going somewhere. A man without direction is not a man at all. He is a boy in a grown man's body, waiting for someone to tell him what to do, waiting for circumstances to improve, waiting for motivation to strike, instead of forging his own destiny. You cannot fake direction. A woman can see through pretense, through empty words, through promises that never manifest into reality. She watches what you do more than what you say. If you speak of ambition, but spend your days in mediocrity, if you claim to have a vision, but refuse to take action, her respect for you will disintegrate. And without respect, love does not exist. A woman wants to feel safe in the future you are building. She wants to know that aligning her life with yours will not lead to stagnation, but to expansion. If she senses uncertainty in you, if she sees you waver in your decisions, if she feels that you are a man who fears taking risks, she will hesitate to place her trust in you. And once hesitation creeps into her mind, desire fades. A man's purpose must be bigger than himself. A woman is not your purpose. Love is not your purpose. These things are byproducts of the man you become in pursuit of something greater. If you place her at the center of your world, she will feel the weight of your emptiness, and she will resent it. She does not want to be your escape from meaninglessness. She wants to walk beside a man who has already built meaning on his own. If you are lost, if you lack a mission, if you wake up every day with no fire inside of you, she will sense it before you even open your mouth. A woman's attraction is not rooted in your looks, your charm, or your wealth. It is rooted in your ability to move forward without needing her to push you. The moment she feels responsible for your drive, attraction dies. She does not want to be your mother, your guide, your source of motivation. She wants to stand beside a man who motivates himself. A man with direction commands respect without demanding it. His actions speak louder than any speech, louder than any promise, louder than any attempt to impress. He moves forward with or without approval, with or without validation, because his purpose is not contingent on being seen. It is an inseparable part of who he is. Women do not love men who wait for permission. They love men who seize life by the throat and demand more from themselves than anyone else ever could. Your direction is your identity. If you have no clear path, no clear goal, no clear hunger for something beyond survival, you are merely existing. A woman cannot love a man who is merely surviving. She can pity him. She can feel sorry for him. She can even try to support him. But she will not love him with the same fire that she reserves for the man who charges forward with unrelenting force. A woman does not want to drag you to your destiny. She does not want to be the one pulling you out of bed, pushing you toward ambition, reminding you to be a man. She wants to look at you and see a force of nature, a man who does not need to be reminded of his own greatness. The second she feels like she is the one driving your life, attraction shatters. Love is not a charity. She will not love you simply because you exist. She will love you because your existence demands respect. Your future is your responsibility. If you are waiting for the perfect moment to start, if you are hoping that one day motivation will magically appear, you have already lost. A man with direction does not wait, he creates. He does not need the right circumstances, he bends reality to his will. He does not hesitate, he moves, adapts, and learns. Women do not fall in love with men who hesitate. They fall in love with men who act. A woman does not dream of standing beside a man who fears failure. She does not fantasize about a man who doubts himself, who second guesses his every move, who constantly seeks reassurance before he makes a decision. She is drawn to certainty, to conviction, to the unwavering belief that the man in front of her will carve his own destiny, with or without the world's approval. If you are waiting for permission to be great, you will wait forever. Love is a consequence of the man you become. If you are stagnant, if you are weak, if you lack purpose, a woman may stay with you out of obligation, out of comfort, out of fear of being alone, but she will never look at you with awe. And if she does not look at you with awe, if she does not feel a deep, almost primal respect for the man you are becoming, she will never truly love you. Your direction determines your presence. When you walk into a room, do people feel your energy? Do they sense a man who is going somewhere? Or do they see another lost soul, another man blending into the background, another dreamless wanderer waiting for something external to give him meaning? A woman cannot attach herself to a shadow. She cannot love a man who disappears into the noise of mediocrity. The moment you hesitate in your past, she will hesitate in her love. The moment you lose sight of where you are going, she will lose sight of why she chose you. A man who is lost in himself will eventually lose the woman beside him. Love does not sustain itself on empty potential. It thrives on action, on movement, on the unwavering certainty that tomorrow will be greater than today. If you do not create that certainty, she will look elsewhere for a man who does. Your mission is not an accessory to your life, it is the foundation. A woman may complement your journey, but she cannot replace it. If you expect love to fill the void where your purpose should be, you will suffocate her with your neediness, with your dependence, with your unspoken plea for her to make you whole. She does not want to complete you. She wants to walk beside a man who is already complete before she arrived. A woman's love is not random. It is not an accident. It is not unconditional. It is the direct result of the man you choose to become. If you are lost, weak, or stagnant, she will feel it in her core. And if she feels it, she will never be able to love you the way you crave. The solution is not in seeking love. The solution is in seeking greatness. And in that pursuit, love will find you. Trust is the foundation of love. And without trust, love cannot exist. A woman does not give her heart to a man she does not trust. Because love without trust is not love at all. It is insecurity. It is fear. It is the slow decay of something that was never real to begin with. Trust is not given freely. It is earned through action, through consistency, through the unshakable demonstration that you are a man of your word, a man whose presence is a fortress, not a liability. She watches what you do more than what you say, because words are easy, but action requires integrity. If your words do not align with your actions, if you promise stability but deliver chaos, if you speak of ambition but live in stagnation, she will see through you, and the moment she sees inconsistency, her trust begins to crack. And when trust cracks, love crumbles. A woman must know, without doubt, that you are a man she can rely on. If she has to question your integrity, if she has to second-guess your words, if she has to wonder whether your promises hold weight, she will never love you with the depth and devotion that only trust can produce. A man who lacks trustworthiness is a man who invites doubt. And doubt is the poison that kills desire. Trust is not just about honesty. It is about dependability. A man who tells the truth but cannot be counted on is no better than a liar. If you fail to follow through on your commitments, if you lack discipline, if you make excuses instead of taking responsibility, you are signaling to her that you are not a man she can lean on. And if she cannot lean on you, she will never fully submit to you, never fully admire you, never fully love you. A woman does not fall in love with a man who is reckless with her heart. She does not want to be with a man who plays games, who manipulates, who keeps her in a constant state of uncertainty. She wants security. Not just financial security, not just physical security, but emotional security. She needs to know that when she is vulnerable, you will not use it against her. She needs to know that when she gives you her trust, you will protect it with unwavering strength. Weak men seek validation through deception. They lie to impress, they fabricate success, they manipulate emotions to keep a woman attached. But a woman's love cannot be built on falsehood. She may believe the illusion for a time, but the truth always reveals itself, and when it does, the love she once felt turns into disgust. No woman admires a man who relies on deceit to appear strong. Strength is truth, and truth is the foundation of trust. A man of integrity does not need to prove himself through words. His actions speak louder than anything he could ever say. He does not need to convince a woman that he is worthy of trust because his life is a testament to his reliability. He does not need to beg for loyalty because loyalty is a natural response to a man who commands respect through his unwavering consistency. A woman respects a man who stands firm in his principles, who does not waver under pressure, who does not compromise his values for approval. If you change who you are to gain favor, if you bend your morals to fit the situation, if you betray your own beliefs to please her, she will see you as weak. And weakness breeds contempt, not love. Trust is tested in the smallest moments. It is built when you show up when you say you will, when you do what you promised, when you refuse to take the easy way out. It is reinforced when you hold yourself to a standard higher than anyone else could impose on you. If you cannot be trusted in the minor details of life, how could she trust you with her heart? If you cut corners when no one is watching, if you break commitments when it's convenient, if you lack the discipline to follow through, you will never hold a woman's true admiration. A woman needs to know that when you say you will protect her, you mean it. Not just from physical threats, but from emotional instability. From the chaos of a man who lacks self-control. From the unpredictability of a man who cannot manage himself. If you are erratic, if your emotions dictate your actions, if you are easily swayed by external pressure, she will never feel truly safe in your presence. And when a woman does not feel safe, she does not love, she tolerates. A man who cannot trust himself cannot be trusted by a woman. If you doubt your own abilities, if you second guess your decisions, if you lack faith in your own judgment, she will pick up on it. A woman sees the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you move through the world. If she senses uncertainty, she will hesitate to trust you fully. Confidence is not arrogance. It is the quiet, undeniable proof that you know who you are, that you know what you stand for, that you do not need external validation to confirm your worth. A woman's love is rooted in admiration, and admiration is impossible without trust. She cannot admire a man who is easily swayed, who is inconsistent, who allows fear to dictate his choices. She cannot respect a man who lacks conviction, who seeks approval instead of standing firm, who betrays his own values the moment they are tested. If you wish to be loved deeply, you must first be respected. And respect is built on trust. Your past will follow you. If you have a history of betrayal, of dishonesty, of irresponsibility, do not expect a woman to ignore it. She may give you a chance to prove yourself, but she will watch closely, waiting for confirmation that you have changed. And if she sees even a shadow of the man who once failed, her trust will never fully form. The only way to escape your past is through ruthless self-discipline, through an unbreakable commitment to become a man whose word is law. A woman's trust is fragile, takes years to build and seconds to destroy. One lie, one betrayal, one act of weakness can undo everything you have built. And when trust is shattered, it does not return the same. You may earn forgiveness, but you will never restore the purity of trust that once existed. This is why a man must guard his integrity with his life, because once lost, it is nearly impossible to regain. A strong man does not hide behind excuses. He does not blame circumstances for his failures. He does not justify dishonesty with convenience. He owns his mistakes. He holds himself accountable. He takes responsibility, even when it is difficult. And in doing so, he earns the trust of those around him, not through deception, not through manipulation, but through undeniable proof that he is a man of character. A woman wants to admire the man she loves. She wants to look at you and feel a sense of pride, a sense of security, a deep, instinctual knowing that she has chosen wisely. She cannot feel that if she doubts you. She cannot feel that if she questions your words. She cannot feel that if she looks at you and sees inconsistency, weakness, or deception. Love is a privilege, not a right. It is given to the men who have proven themselves worthy, to the men who have demonstrated beyond all doubt that they are pillars of reliability, strength, and unwavering integrity. If you do not command trust, you will never command love. If you do not embody consistency, you will never inspire devotion. If you do not stand firm in who you are, you will never hold a woman's heart the way a man of true character does. A woman's love is not given freely, it is earned through strength, direction, and trust. She does not fall for a man because he wants her. She falls for a man because he proves himself worthy of admiration. She is drawn to a man who stands firm in the face of adversity, who moves forward with unrelenting purpose, who holds himself to a higher standard than anyone else ever could. Love is not built on words, it is built on action, on discipline, on the unwavering consistency of a man who refuses to be anything less than his full potential. If you are weak, she will see it. If you are lost, she will feel it. If you are unreliable, she will never give you her full heart. A woman does not dream of standing beside a man she cannot trust, a man she must guide, a man who expects love without first earning respect. Attraction is not a choice. It is a response to the undeniable force of a man who knows who he is, who refuses to waver, who walks his path with absolute certainty. Do not chase love, chase strength, chase purpose, chase integrity. Because when you become the man you were meant to be, love will not be something you seek, it will be something that seeks you.